Morning guys, I'm the Tech Prepper. Just making some breakfast here and getting ready for a little experiment. For those interested, I have some avocado, an egg, a little bit of goat cheese, and some salad. So the plan and the reason why I need this energy is I'm gonna try a 6.3 mile round trip trail run from my house to a peak called Apache Peak in my area. It'll have about 1,000 feet of gain. And the real reason I want to do this is it's raining today. It doesn't rain very often in the Sonoran Desert, and I want to seize the opportunity to test myself physically, test myself and my gear under rainy, suboptimal conditions, and see how easy it is for me to deploy a VHF station and make some contacts. So I'm going to finish up my breakfast. I'll show you what I plan to wear. We'll do a gear dump, and then I'm going to hit the trail and hopefully activate Apache Peak. I do have my trail running shoes on the counter. I'm testing my wife to see if she's actually watching my videos. So yeah, I have a pair of Merrell trail shoes. I tend to prefer shoes from Brooks, but this is what I have and what I've been using for the last couple hundred miles. They're okay, but definitely not my favorite pair of shoes. The socks are from Swiftwick. These are absolutely my go-to socks. I have been wearing these for at least 10 years. And they have basically a seamless construction and will wick away all the moisture, pretty much all the moisture off of your feet. So these are absolutely great. They are expensive, but I've had this pair for at least 3 years, and I wash the heck out of them and never have a problem, and they just dry exceptionally well. My lowers, I have a pair of compression mid-length, calf length, compression pants from Under Armour. I typically only wear this when it's cold or on days where it's raining like today. And then I have some short shorts from Asics, and these do have a built-in underwear. And moving over to my uppers, I have a couple of base layers. These are both from Costco, and I gotta tell you, for the price and for what they offer, this is basically what I wear every single day, period. Like, this is what I wear to work. It is a 32-degree short sleeve shirt, and then on top of that I'll put the long sleeve version. And like I said, I think these are either $5 or $10 a piece, so an incredible deal. I have an entire wardrobe just full of these guys. And then above that I have a neck gaiter just to help with sweat management, and it's just something I always have. A pair of 511 gloves. Sadly, these are not waterproof, so we'll see how they work out. And then I have an REI rain jacket that, depending if it's raining or not, this will be inside the pack. If not, I'll wear it even if it does heat me up quite a bit. So I'm gonna get dressed, guys, and what we'll do is go outside and I'll show you a quick pack dump. All right, guys, so I don't have a whole lot of time. It's 7:15 local time, and I want to be on the road by 7:30, or on foot at 7:30, so I can hit my spot at 9:30 local time. I'm bringing my Haley Strategic Flat Pack. I'll do a dump of this later. There's just not enough light. What I did do, though, is put a rain cover on here, and this is an old rain cover from my range bags, so I'll be getting one that fits better for this size pack, but I'll be bringing with me a VHF deployment today. So it'll be the SOTA Beams Carbon 6 carbon fiber mast with my Yaesu, and then I'll be doing the Slim Jim J-pole. I have everything in a dry bag inside, and have a few other things in there, and we'll go ahead and go over that probably later in the video. So this will be interesting to see if this will work on the pack for running. I'm not going to go into the contents of my chest rig. I've done lots of videos covering this one, but the important piece of gear here are the gloves. All right, guys, so it's 7:30 local time. I'm ready to go. I've got my pack with the rain cover on, and I'm hoping to make it up to the base in probably about 45 minutes, probably a lot less than that. And then I'll have maybe another 45 minutes to the top, and we'll do the activation. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of rain, and I can really test out this gear. It stopped raining about maybe an hour and a half ago, but it still looks pretty threatening and menacing out here. All right, guys, so I made my third turn. I'm about 1.75 miles into this run.
maintaining about a 10-15 pace. The pack feels good. The rain fly is still on there, even though it's a little bit larger than I would like. Still no rain, but there's Apache Peak, and right off to its west, southern west portion, is Apache Butte. I don't know if I'm going to try to do 2 peaks. I told my wife that I would be back a certain time, and unless I have cell reception up there, I'm probably just going to do the 1 peak. All right, so we're at 2.5 miles on the button. I'm about 28 minutes and 45 seconds. So from this point out, no more trail running, and just gonna make my way back there and bushwhack to the top. Well, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't call this bushwhacking. I'm actually going through more Palo Verde than anything. But you know what? There's no reason to go on anybody's property if I can avoid it. So, besides, it's always fun to have a new adventure. And I got to tell you, my glasses are fogging up. I played hockey for about 10 years as a young adult and as a kid, and we used to have anti-fog spray. And I wish I actually had a bottle with me right now for my glasses. Well, guys, we're 39 minutes into the trek. I've been on foot for a bit. I'm at 2.75 miles. My pace since I'm walking now has slowed down to a 14-minute mile. And it's kind of unfortunate that I took a different route today. I typically cut through a little bit of private property, but I have this densely thicketed area now to go through, and the peak is just behind there. So we'll see how this turns out. I think on the way back, I'm just going to take the route that I'm more comfortable with. I can see already that this is a bit more in terms of mileage already. Well, guys, that's the road that I should have continued down. Instead, I bushwhacked through here, but like I said, that's private property. And the easiest way to do this peak is just to hug the barbed wire fence. I'm not a big fan of barbed wire fences. You guys know that every activation I go on, I seem to run into a barbed wire fence. I'll be on the left side of it, so no need to jump today. Well, guys, I'm at the gate. I recall this on my last activation out here. I'm at 3.03 miles, 50 minutes in, and I have a feeling now this is going to be a total of like 3.6 to 3.7 to the top. So round trip, I'm looking at over 7 miles. So that's why when we do these excursions, we give ourselves plenty of time and leave as early as possible. So far, there's no rain, but you can kind of see what's brewing out there. Well, guys, you don't see this too often. This rock scramble that I'm doing is just completely covered in moss. And it's actually nice to scale the rocks as long as you're being careful, mostly because it keeps me out of all of this nasty brush right now. So still making progress. Let me take a look at where we're at. Yeah, 3.43 miles, 1 hour and 18 minutes. So almost at the summit. Well, guys, we're at 3.7 miles. So this is going to be a bit further than I had anticipated. And that's the flag. For those of you who saw my first activation of this peak, I came up here and put up the new flag with the neighbor. So it's really nice to see that it's still here. So I haven't checked, but I know I'm in the activation zone. Well, guys, I don't know if this is going to come out, but I'm going to go ahead and film the mast setup. If it doesn't come out, I'll do a separate video on it. Brought with me the SOTA Beams Carbon 6. I'm going to try just to stake this into the ground and not guide out today. And this is what I'm going to use. I'll put a link below, but I bought this camera 1/4 inch kind of field mount, and we'll see how that works. So that's the nice thing about it raining. I actually was able to stake it in fairly easy. All we're gonna do is extend the 19-foot 6-inch mast, and I'll show you in a second how I clipped it onto the J-pole. I've got all the gear in this dry bag, and there's the Slim Jim J-pole by Nelson. And what I did was I have my beard's probably all screwed up and I've got snot everywhere, but it's freezing up here. So I took a Perrier water bottle, drilled a hole in the top, put another one on the side, and this is gonna slide right over, and it's gonna sit a couple feet below the topmost element. And the nice thing about this J-pole is that it has a little hole here, so we could just clip that guy on, and we'll slide this right over the top.
I have the SOTA log, I have the logger 32 log, and then I have my regular log of the world log, so yeah.
KT1RUN?
It's one thing that works for everything. It's just helter-skelter, yeah. And I have, like you, I have a couple different radios that could talk to it, but I don't know how to do that either, so.
KT1RUN?
Well, Tom, the other thing other than log does, I think.
I wish these guys would clear for a second.
That's what I use for the contest, because it's really easy when you're doing a VHF contest, because it is nothing. You select, just load another copy.
These guys need to stop rag chewing. KT1RUN, I'm on a peak.
Yeah. Well, it's still the same problem. I got the computer, but and it's got logger 32 on it, but it doesn't read the 223 rig or the FM rig or the normal thing.
All right, guys, I'm going to spot myself on a separate frequency.
And the frequency, because that's
And I'm actually going to spot myself with
you know, and if you got
SOTA Goat.
there, all you gotta do is type in the time.
All right, guys, so I just spotted myself. We'll see what happens. CQ SOTA. This is Kilo Tango 1 Romeo Uniform November calling CQ SOTA.
K7 TAB.
Hey, Chris, you're coming in 5959.
Yeah, Roger. You're full scale here too. 5-9. How was your run?
The first 2 miles, I was maintaining about a 10-minute, 15-second run, and then I cut through BLM so I wouldn't have to, actually, state trust land, so I wouldn't have to go through private property, and I would say that added a mile. So I came in at 3.9 miles one way.
Oh, very nice. All right. Well, have fun. And I thought, was that you trying to break in on 410?
Yeah, Roger. I wasn't sure if there's something wrong with my rig. I was receiving them loud and clear, but I'm freezing my butt off here, so I'm hoping I can get 3 more activations or 3 more callers and get the heck off the peak.
Okay, well, you got a good spot, so hopefully they'll come up here, and I'll go back and alert them over on the other side on 410.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Appreciate it. KT1RUN, QRZ.
November 0, Romeo Sierra Romeo down here in Casa Grande, point south.
November 0 station, go ahead with your call. You're 5959.
That's November 0, Romeo Sierra Romeo, and I believe I have another young lady here for you. You are 59 in Casa Grande.
Roger. Thanks for the contact.
W7 RV.
Foxtrot Alpha Sierra.
Whiskey 7 RB, you're 5959.
Okay, QSL, you're also 5-9. You got another Casa Grande station calling you there. W7 Radio Victor, 5-973.
QRZ.
Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Alpha Sierra.
Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Alpha Sierra, you're 5959. QSL.
QSL 59 here in Casa Grande, Arizona.
Thanks for the contact, 73. QRZ.
Yeah, 7 Foxtrot 7, November Papa.
Well, guys, that's pretty cool. I'll have to go through and double check all the contacts, but I think I got about 8 really quickly. I just had to switch frequencies there. I wasn't able to break in, but this setup is actually working out pretty nicely. KT1, RUN clear, heading back down the mountain, guys. Thanks for all the contacts. Well, guys, this was a really fun activation. No rain as of yet, but I think it's coming, so I think everything worked out great. All the gear felt really good. The mileage was a bit higher than I thought it was going to be. I actually ended up clocking one way 3.71 miles in 1 hour and 34 minutes. The first 2 miles were a full jog at a little over 10 minutes a mile, so pretty good. It is chilly up here. All the rain gear I brought is fantastic. It feels good. I warmed up quite a bit. The only issue I had was when I got onto the local frequency 144.410, there was a rag chew going on, and for whatever reason I couldn't break in. Instead of spotting myself with APRs to SOTA, I went ahead and just switched frequencies. I went over to, I think it was 144.440, used SOTA Goat, spotted myself, and I was able to get about 12 contacts. So it's a great day. I'm gonna pack up and head back down the hill. I'm probably gonna hit some rain in the next hour or so. All right, guys, be strong, be safe, and be prepared.
Well, guys, at the beginning I showed you my shoes. I said I had about 200 miles. It's time for a new pair. The outer soles and both shoes just completely fell off. So I'm gonna write a letter to Merrill. I know I got my mileage out, but just want to let them know what happens when you actually use their gear. But most likely, I'll be going back to Brooks. We made it back, or I made it back. 7.36 miles round trip. Just made it under the 3-hour moving time.
All right, guys, the best thing about SOTA and getting home is second breakfast. I'm properly a hobbit.